Algeria International, our voice in the world.
This is the English service of Radio Algeria International. It's time for the news.
The head of state, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, has held talks with the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Mr. Ebrahim Raisi, who started today an official visit to Algeria. Several energy ministers have highlighted the importance to reinforce and develop cooperation among the forum's member countries with the aim of reinforcing energy security and stability of the world's gas market. As the UN Security Council expressed its members' deep concern at the food security in Gaza, the Israeli army has pursued its bombardment of the territory, claiming scores of lives. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail from Radio Algeria International. First, the President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, has held a tripartite meeting with his Tunisian counterpart, Qais Said, and the President of the Libyan Presidential Council, Mohamed Younes El-Menfi, during which they examined the outcomes of the 7th Summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF, held Saturday in Algiers. A press release from the Presidency of the Republic said that the three presidents also examined the situation in the Maghreb region and underlined at the end of this meeting the need to unify and intensify efforts to overcome economic and security challenges for the benefit of the peoples of the three countries. They also decided to hold a tripartite North African meeting every 3 months, the first of which in Tunisia after the holy fasting month of Ramadan. At the end of this meeting, the President of the Republic held a bilateral meeting with his brother Qais Said, during which they reviewed bilateral relations and the means to strengthen them. And as I said before, the head of state, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, has held talks with the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Mr. Ebrahim Raisi, who is on a working visit or an unofficial visit to our country after his participation in the 7th Summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF, held Saturday in Algiers. The 7th Summit meeting of the heads of state and government of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF, ended here in Algiers with the adoption of the so-called Declaration of Algiers. The document, unanimously adopted, reiterates the determination of the forum's member countries to work towards securing a more equitable and reliable gas market. Our special envoy at the International Conference Center, Assia Bakar, has more details.
The Declaration of Algiers insisted on the absolute and permanent sovereign rights of member countries over their natural gas resources and reiterated the members' commitment to the GECF objectives and their determination to strengthen the forum's role while emphasizing the forum's contribution to global energy, security, equity, and sustainability. The Declaration of Algiers reaffirmed the forum's endeavor to efficiently manage and encourage the use of natural gas resources of member countries, aiming to promote sustainable development that benefits both producers and consumers. The Declaration of Algiers acknowledged the fundamental role of natural gas in achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, satisfying rising global energy needs and securing universal access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all, as well as the risks and challenges besetting the natural gas market derived from the geopolitical and economic situation. It also acknowledged the important role of natural gas in the value chain of the petrochemical and chemical industry was also acknowledged in the declaration. Meanwhile, the declaration condemned all unilateral economic restrictions undertaken without the prior approval of the United Nations Security Council and any extraterritorial application of national laws and regulations against the GECF member countries that negatively impact the development and trade of natural gas and jeopardize the security of gas supply. The Declaration of Algiers welcomed the signing of the agreement of the GECF Gas Research Institute headquarters based in Algiers. It also rejected any use of climate change as justification to implement measures that hinder investments in natural gas projects. It laid an emphasis on the forum's strong support for African countries in their aspirations and the commendable endeavors to tackle energy poverty, address the challenges related to energy access, reiterating its disapproval of the unilateral implementation of unprecedented actions and taxation measures, which are supposedly justified by ensuring security of energy supply for some at the expense of the natural gas market rules.
Addressing the closing session of the 7th Summit meeting of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, the President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, thanked the participants for their efficient contribution and for their abnegation that paved the way for the adoption of the Algiers Declaration. President Tebboune stressed that the Declaration of Algiers constituted a major achievement to take up to current and future challenges. He affirmed that it translated the member countries' determination to extend the use of gas by resorting to the required sustainability and competence within a world marked by rapid changes. President Tebboune said that the Declaration of Algiers also translates the members' commitment to make of the forum that attracts new members today a tribune of dialogue and regional international cooperation. The President of the Republic insisted on the sovereign rights of the member countries over their gas resources and on the necessity for the forum to play a major role in promoting a sustainable development and ensuring world energy security in accordance with the UN objectives. In this respect, he recalled that Algeria, which shelters the Institute on Gas Research, is fully committed to cooperate with the member countries to support the position of gas as a sustainable resource respectful of the environment. And the President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired at the Abdel Farhal International Conference Center in Algiers the opening of the 7th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of the Forum of Gas Exporting Countries, GECF, with a speech delivered before the heads of delegations attending. Our special envoy to the International Conference Center, Assia Bakar, has more details.
In his opening speech, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, said the summit aims to preserve the interests of both exporting and consuming countries, especially that gas is important for sustainable development, given that it is an environment-friendly energy.
تشكل هذه القمة فرصة لرسم رؤية مشتركة للحفاظ على مصالح المنتجين والمستهلكين للغاز في آن واحد، وتعكس التزامنا بأهداف منتدى الدول المصدرة للغاز وتصميمنا على تعزيز دوره والتأكيد على مساهمته في أمن الطاقة العالمي، حيث يلعب الغاز الطبيعي دورا أساسيا في تحقيق التنمية المستدامة وتلبية احتياجات العالمية المتزايدة على الطاقة. والجزائر التي تدرك مع كافة الشركاء أن الغاز الطبيعي مصدر طاقة وفير وميسور التكلفة وصديقا للبيئة وداعما لتكامل مصادر الطاقة المتجددة، لطالما أيدت فكرة توسيع دور الغاز الطبيعي في التنمية المستدامة.
He said the forum's summit is important to boost consultation and bring together recommendations, experience exchange and dialogue, describing the forum as a platform for cooperation among the forum's countries while highlighting the key role of gas in the energy transition. The President of the Republic said the forum's countries have a common vision, which is to keep strengthening gas investment and exploration, adding that the forum's Gas Research Center is a platform for scientific research and development.
At the end of the 7th Summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF, held in Algiers, the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohamed Arqab, and the Secretary General of the GECF, Mohamed Hamel, held a press conference during which the two men highlighted the main points included in the Algiers Declaration, notably the excellent organization and the smooth running of all the summit's proceedings and activities, the inauguration of the Gas Research Institute, as well as the signing of several agreements, among other points.
كان اجتماع جد مثمر.
The summit meeting was very fruitful. It was marked by the effective dialogue and cooperation among the member countries of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum and the observers. We tackled the gas industry and the importance of gas for the upcoming period and the role of gas in accompanying all the future energies, the new and renewable energies, and the short and long-term role of gas in keeping up with all these renewable and new energies, as well as the development
development of gas industry and the new technologies in the gas industry.
التكنولوجية الحديثة لصناعة الغاز.
That was the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohammed Al-Qab. For his part, the Secretary General of the GECF, Mohammed Hamel, praised the excellent organization of the summit, stressing the unprecedented and historic participation of heads of state in the Algiers summit.
The summit is a great success. It sets a new standards for participation, reflected in both the number of countries, guests, and intergovernmental organizations that have attended, but also the quality of participants. We had 10 presidents of states attending, which is really a record number. Furthermore, a new member has joined the organization, the Republic of Senegal, as you are aware. And the summit was marked by a positive and constructive spirit and a deep sense of unity, cooperation, and solidarity.
It's worth recalling that the 7th summit of the gas exporting countries, GECF, wound up yesterday here in Algiers with the adoption of the Algiers Declaration. Several energy ministers have highlighted the importance to reinforce and develop cooperation among the forum's member countries with the aim of reinforcing energy security and stability of the world's gas market. At the 7th summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, the participating energy ministers shed light on the forum's role in the reinforcement of cooperation among the member countries. Regarding the Algiers Declaration adopted by the heads of state and government of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, Mr. Al-Qab considered that it represented an achievement for the gas industry, emphasizing the need to preserve, support and promote it in order to meet the growing demand around the world and raise the level of consultation between gas exporting countries to meet current challenges. Meanwhile, the Algerian energy minister hailed the record participation of presidents in the summit and the participation of the Emir of Qatar.
As for the record participation of the presidents of countries and His Excellency the Emir of Qatar, 10 presidents participated to the Algiers summit. 2 countries were invited by the President of the Republic to attend, Tunisia and Senegal, which was granted the status of observer at the organization. As you may know, Algeria is the cradle for suggestions and solutions. Algeria, not so long ago, in 2016, as Mr. Hamel recalled, was the pioneer to working out a plan for the OPEC. We are still following the same plan, which is the Cooperation Accord. Among the engineers who took part in the accord was Mr. Hamel, who is here with us. The plan was completed in the summit of Algiers.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohammed Al-Qab, affirmed that the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project was making great strides, adding that only 1,800 kilometers remained so that technical studies be carried out on the 4,000 kilometers planned. A memorandum of understanding for cooperation in the field of oil and gas between Algeria and the Republic of Bolivia has been signed by the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohammed Al-Qab, and his Bolivian counterpart, Franklin Molina Ortiz. According to a ministry press release, the signing ceremony took place at the Abdelatif Rahal International Conference Center outside of the 7th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF, in the presence of the CEO of Sonatrach Group and a number of ministry executives. The international energy expert Shoaib Boutamin has said that the summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum has been a great success as it stipulated on how to protect the installations of natural gas, the supply chain of natural gas amid the world's current geopolitical conflicts. Let's listen to him.
I think this is a very, first of all, it's a successful event, I believe, because one of the statements I have seen is how to protect the installations of natural gas, how to protect also the supply chain of natural gas. We see a lot of troubles are happening at the moment, 2 wars, first one in Ukraine, second one in Palestine, and this is really affecting natural gas supplies globally. Today, in Hurry Hub, United States, million MMBTU of natural gas is just $1.8. So these prices will not really serve the global market. It's affecting mainly the producers. So if we want to keep sustainable investments in the future, if the consumers want to get more natural gas in a very good price, I think, I strongly believe they need to invest more and they need to deepen their relationship with the producers.
That was the international expert in energy, Shoaib Boutamin, following the holding of the summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum. The adequate media coverage of high-level events as the current summit of Gas Exporting Countries Forum is of great importance, given that the media is the only means that vehicles the proceedings of the summit to different audiences. Our special envoy, Asya Bakar, is covering the 7th summit of the Gas Exporting Countries and met with a number of journalists on the spot.
The hard work made by media professionals requires providing them with the adequate technological tools and facilities, notably tools to better transmit the information. In this line, foreign media professionals covering the summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum praised the organization ensured for them at the International Conference Center to do their job smoothly. Tanja Vujic-Tubik, a Serbian journalist, hailed not only the organization of the event, but also the hospitality she received from Algerians in general.
I would say that the organizers did their best to provide us with all necessary advices, directions, facilities, programs, and the kindness that was offered throughout the summit from our arrival, which was, I arrived a day earlier, in the hotel, from the hotel to the Congress Center. I would say that this is a very warm, very kind, and very professional support to our work, and I'm grateful.
Indira Lopez, journalist at the Venezuelan television, for her part, hailed the media organization of the event, especially for foreign journalists, so that they do their job smoothly, and stressed that the media coverage is of vital importance during such high-level events.
It's important that this summit enjoys national and international media coverage, because for those who are not present, we are a means that enables them to get the important information. Furthermore, the organizers have invited journalists and social media players in the world so that they could participate and know about the initiatives which are being taken to protect the planet and to make of gas a sustainable source over time and a tool for science, technology and the development of humanity. For this, we are happy to be here. We are grateful to be able to collaborate in order to convey the news to those who are waiting for us to receive it.
Meanwhile, foreign journalists are taking part in guided tours in the city of Algiers to get to know Algeria's tourist potential, given the opportunity offered by such events to promote Destination Algeria.
And the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF, has culminated in the adoption of the Declaration of Algiers, hit the headlines of most today's newspapers. The Daily Horizon devoted its front page to the statement made by President Tebboune to the press, in which he affirmed that the forum's meeting was a success while reiterating Algeria's commitment to work towards promoting natural gas as a source as promising future. The Alger 16 Daily, for its part, quoted participants to the forum as saying that the summit meeting constituted a major stage towards the enforcement of the defense of the strategic interests of the member states. The newspaper Al Mujahid devoted its editorial entitled Major Stakes to the meeting, saying that the joint cooperation issues were examined by the main producing countries in order to achieve the stability of the world gas markets and take up to the challenges related to the demand. The newspaper noted that the CDG constituted a successful challenge, as the summit meeting was marked by new adhesion members of those countries aspiring to a better access and sharing the advantages resulting from the natural resources they have. Le Soir d'Algérie, for its part, stressed in an article entitled The Strong Message of the Summit that the Declaration of Algiers recalled the absolute sovereignty of the exporting countries on their gas resources as a non-negotiable principle. The Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, General Saad Chengriha, is on an official visit to the state of Qatar to take part in the 8th edition of the International Maritime Defense Exhibition and Conference MIDMEX 2024. A press release from the Ministry of National Defense said that General Saad Chengriha's visit came at the invitation of the Chief of Staff of the Qatari Armed Forces, General Salim bin Hamad Al Aqil Al Nabit. The Speaker of the National People's Assembly, Ibrahim Boughali, has met in Abidjan Cote d'Ivoire with the Speaker of the Ivorian National Assembly, Adama Big-Togo, on the sidelines of his participation in the 18th Conference of the Parliamentary Union Member States of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. During these talks, Mr. Boghali hailed the depth of the historic relations united the two countries, based on solid foundations of cooperation, friendship and trust since the establishment of their diplomatic relations in 1964, calling for taking advantage of this historic link to strengthen cooperation in the economic, commercial, cultural and sporting fields. And as the UN Security Council expressed its members' deep concern at the food insecurity in Gaza, the Israeli army has pursued its bombardments of the territory, claiming scores of lives. According to the news agency Wafa, over 90 people have been killed over the past 24 hours in a series of attacks carried out by the Israeli army against the central region of Al-Balah as well as Rafah in the southern part of the enclave. In this respect, the UN Security Council called for an unhindered and large-scale delivery of humanitarian aid to Gaza. In a similar move, Pope Francis called for a safe access of aid to the Palestinian population, which is in an urgent need of humanitarian assistance. This came as the Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki called for a ceasefire during the holy fasting month of Ramadan due to the start or slated to start in 1 week. He was quoted by the news agency Wafa saying that the lasting ceasefire would contribute to ensuring the protection of the Palestinian civilians while insisting that providing a safe delivery of aid was a priority. And with this last piece of news, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Time now for our weekly program with a special interview by my colleague Asya Bakar with a Pakistani journalist devoted to the 7th summit of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum that wound up yesterday here in Algiers. As for me, I'll meet you again tomorrow for a fresh edition of our news bulletin in English. Until then, stay tuned to Radio Algeria International, and bye-bye for now.
Hello, dear listeners, and welcome on the waves of Radio Algeria International. Today we are still covering the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, and for that I have with me here in the studio Mudar Serik Bal, diplomatic correspondent of the Associated Press of Pakistan, which is the national news agency. Hello, Mr. Bal.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Bal, can you give us an overview of the Gas Summit?
Yes, one of the most important things that is going to be held in Algeria. It is such an honor for me and Algeria as well to hold such a big event, Gas Summit. That Gas Summit is holding of such an event is very, very a big platform about the gas that you can the member state they can have the optimal situation and solution of this gas resource, which is a very national and very precious resource. So I think it is very important. Like the member state, they should come forward to cooperate with each other in this regard.
Mm-hmm. What is to be expected from the Gas Summit for you?
For Pakistan, Pakistan is not member of this GECF, but the situation is when we see that how they are dealing with this natural resource, Pakistan should also set a platform for this natural resource so that they can also use this optimal resource in a better way and an effective way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, we all know that there are many challenges facing the gas market currently, especially for consuming countries, but also for exporting countries. What are the main challenges that need to be dealt with in the short term?
Look, at the moment, as we are in a dilemma in an era that we are facing so many challenges, especially like a war situation in so many regions. So one of the most problem is to face and tackle the war situation, so then we can cooperate with each other, each and every state, whatever it is. But especially in the gas market, if you see that, you have to draw a big line for pipeline, then that is the main issue, because it has to be so many, go through to so many areas, like it is a policy, and in the war situation, I think it would be a very difficult situation at the moment. War situation is a main hurdle. Otherwise, if a member state should also advocate the fair price of this gas, that might be another problem. But they should consider it as a fair price to advocates.
Mr. Bal, you are from Pakistan, so we'll seize the opportunity to ask you about the position of gas in Pakistan.
Yes, Pakistan has already committed, and that is the 4 countries. They are going to be develop their pipelines in the Iran, Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. So at the moment, Pakistan is facing a very energy crisis. You can say that gas can play a very important role in not in Pakistan, not in all the whole over, because every transition can be like, if you feel looms and everything can be switch on the gas production and gas facilities to take the facility.
So we know that Pakistan is a producing country, but does it import as well?
Yeah, it is very important because Pakistan also producing the gas. One of a big resource in Sui, one of the city in Pakistan, which is in Balochistan province, that is producing the whole country from there. We are getting gas from there. But the thing is that we don't have that much enough gas to export to other countries, because we are also the government also planning for to take a gas from Iran. So it is like that.
Yeah, you're planning to import.
Yeah, but we were also planning so many other countries. But the situation at the moment is that in the season, like in the winter season, we face shortage of the gas at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Bal, for you, what's the importance of gas in the energy transition?
It is very important because the thing is, we are the whole universe is when day by day it's going up, and the prices and the resources are becoming vanishing day by day. So gas is the natural resource that can be switched so many things, so many energy sources to on the gas, so that can be a very effective and fruitful for the country's economy.
Mr. Bal, since you are the only Pakistani ensuring the coverage of the summit here in Algiers, I will seize the opportunity to ask you about cooperation between Algeria and Pakistan, and what are the ways and means to further develop this cooperation.
There are so many ways we need to work on, I guess, because the first problem is the distance between Pakistan and Algeria. But the last year, the volume of trade has become very high, but at the moment we need to, because we are the culturally rich, and Algeria is also a very culturally rich country, and we have a very diplomatic and long diplomatic relations with each other. At the moment, I'm here to cover this event. The main focus was that we should transit, and we should work together on news sharing department. We have already initiated from the government. Algerian government has already initiated on this side, and Pakistan has. We are going through that process. We need to share information, news, everything, culturally, physically. That's why I'm here to talk on this. I'm here to cover this situation so that we can publish, and we should highlight. We will highlight the Algerian role in this event and in this gas exporting country forum.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mudar Sheikh Bal. Let's recall that you are a diplomatic correspondent of the Associated Press of Pakistan, which is the national news agency.
Thank you so much for. I feel very honored to be here and to be among with the Algerian people, especially. Thank you so much.